12 News, a major event coming to the Plymouth Ice Center, what will make local hotel operators busy in 2018. Plus,
about 8 years ago, I said to the kids, I'm going to be on this show someday.
A Brooklyn Park youth pastor competes on national television. But first, a major relocation announcement impacting the city of Plymouth. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. One of Plymouth's larger employers is on the move to downtown Minneapolis.
A Select Comfort, best known for its Sleep Number beds, is moving its headquarters from Plymouth next year. The move means that about 900 workers based at 2 different buildings in Plymouth will move into one larger consolidated space in downtown Minneapolis. Select Comfort has been headquartered in Plymouth for at least 16 years. The company spokesperson told us the move next fall comes as their lease expires in Plymouth, and it'll give them room to expand under one roof. She says, quote, Plymouth has been a wonderful home for us. Downtown Minneapolis is centrally located and good for our brand as a retailer.
We're definitely sad to see them go. They've been a good part of our community, but we're just going to try to look for opportunities to perhaps attract somebody else. With all the med tech booming that we have in Plymouth, we're hopeful that with the high visibility space that's there and in a larger space, that there are some great opportunities there.
The city of Plymouth will now work to fill that space once Select Comfort leaves in the fall of 2017. The headquarters is considered a prime spot because of its size and also its highly visible location near Highway 69 and Bass Lake Road.
Residents of a growing section of Plymouth say too many people are driving too fast through their neighborhood. As Delane Cleveland reports, it's an issue that has residents concerned for the safety of their children.
Near the intersection of Dunkirk Lane and 54th Avenue in Plymouth, the posted speed limit says 30 miles per hour. But if you talk to people who live nearby, some say it's too fast.
The speed limit is already 30 miles an hour, which we believe is way too high for a neighborhood like that, and we're looking for ways and measures to reduce the speed going through our neighborhood.
While others say it's simply a recommendation that not enough drivers follow.
The data says that as you enter the neighborhood, 85th percentile speed is about 42 miles an hour.
It's an issue that's especially concerning to neighbors who have small children.
And every day, we can't let our kids play out in the front because we're just afraid that a ball might roll down the hill and they'll chase after it, and then we'll have some sort of horrific accident.
What legitimately can we do?
The issue was enough to prompt this special city council meeting Tuesday night, aimed at figuring out ways to address residents' concerns.
These are not unique. I think what makes it a bit different, though, is that this is still the developing part of Plymouth, and they've been experiencing a lot of the congestion and cut-through traffic because Vicksburg Lane's been down. We were building Peony Lane as a reliever. Cheshire wasn't built yet. So those are all coming online.
In other words, Councilmember Judy Johnson says some relief is in sight, but residents still say more can be done.
Speed humps, four-way stop signs, things that raise awareness that you're entering a neighborhood.
However, these potential solutions won't happen overnight. So for now, neighbors will have to endure.
We're very passionate about this issue.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Tuesday night, the council formed a subcommittee of 3 Plymouth council members and residents who live in the area. The goal is to come up with a recommendation by the end of the year and put it to a formal vote. Well, remember this, when cars were bottoming out, crossing the railroad tracks on Vicksburg Lane in Plymouth? Well, no more. Today, drivers began using the brand new Vicksburg Bridge over those railroad tracks. One lane in each direction is currently open to traffic. The outside lanes are expected to open in a few weeks.
Minnesota voters continue to set early voting records. In Plymouth, the voter turnout is already 17%, with nearly 2 weeks still to go before Election Day. Hennepin County's chief election official says 111,000 ballots have been issued so far, and they expect 150,000 people to vote before Election Day. That's well above the previous record that was set back in 2008. A change in the law to allow anyone them to vote early may be partly responsible. This is the first presidential election under that law. Elections manager Ginny Gelms also says with no incumbent in the presidential election, it could be a reason for higher voter turnout. The police officer responsible for taking down a gunman during a shooting at New Hope City Hall is being honored.
On Wednesday, Officer Bo Schoenhardt was recognized by the Hennepin County Attorney. The drama unfolded in January of 2015. That's when gunman Rake Metz walked into the New Hope City Hall with a shotgun and began firing. Officer Schoenhardt tackled Metz and in the chaos was then shot by a fellow officer. Today, he was honored with the Community Leadership Award. Several New Hope police officers were at the ceremony to show their support.
I really couldn't be any prouder. The courage he showed was just immense. So we're really proud of him that he's getting this award.
Officer Schoenhardt's left wrist was shattered in the shooting, and doctors weren't sure if he would be able to continue working as a police officer, but he has recovered and is now on the Edina police force. In Brooklyn Park, the city has approved plans for 2 new hotels. Hampton Inn and Home 2 Suites will be built in the southeast quadrant of Highway 610 and West Broadway. Both hotels are part of the Hilton brand. Hampton Inn is geared towards shorter stays, while Home 2 Suites is aimed at extended stay customers. They fill a need due to the business growth along the 610 corridor. The $30 million project is expected to create 60 permanent jobs. The hotels are expected to open next spring.
And here's something to keep local hotels busy. It is a big announcement for hockey families in Plymouth. The city, with the help of Wayzata Youth Hockey and Minnesota Hockey, has secured the 2018 USA Hockey National High School Tournament. The 5-day event will be held in March of 2018 at the Plymouth Ice Center, and it'll feature 32 teams from across the country. The event is a big revenue producer. An estimated 800 hotel rooms in the Plymouth area will be booked for the tournament. Coming up, a Brooklyn Park youth pastor tries to survive on the TV show Survivor.
Then later in sports, action from the opening night of the football playoffs.
But first, it dries out on Thursday. We should see sun and warmer temperatures. We'll be right back.
A Brooklyn Center woman is bringing warmth and comfort to newborn babies in underdeveloped countries.
The Lord put on my heart to start this project.
Veronica Lewis started the PJs and Blanket program 3 years ago, and as you can see, her living room is packed full of blankets and other items. Her goal is to collect at least 1,000 blankets. Once everything is packed up, they will be delivered to the maternity ward at JFK Memorial Hospital in Liberia. Veronica is from the West African country and knows what some of the young moms are dealing with.
I heard a lot about the fertility rate and teenage mother, teen pregnancy, and I know they cannot afford these things because they're a teenager. The unemployment rate in Liberia is high.
Veronica plans on helping more women in underdeveloped countries, and if you would like to donate, you can log on to our website. It's 12.tv. A Brooklyn Park youth pastor has had quite an adventure this year.
Sunday Burquest is a contestant on the TV show Survivor, and for her, it was a dream come true. Reporter Shannon Slatton explains.
I was going to try and paint it.
If you are around Sunday Burquest, you can't help but notice her can-do attitude. If there's a crafty idea,
I'll always do this kind of stuff for myself.
She knows she can figure out a way to do it herself. With her 45th birthday approaching, Sunday decided to see if she could do something really big.
And I felt like if I'm ever going to do it, this is the time to try.
It's Survivor.
She applied for and was accepted to be a contestant on the 33rd season of Survivor.
About 8 years ago, I said to the kids, I'm going to be on this show someday. And my 3 boys laughed at me. You never make it one day, Mom.
But Sunday's can-do attitude seemed like a perfect fit for a show that's all about relationships and survival.
I've been in ministry for 25 years, and I have literally worked with every single kind of person. I know how to deal with angry people and offended people and needy people and arrogant people.
When she arrived on location, she did not know what the theme would be.
We get on our mats and Jeff Probst says, "Welcome to Survivor, Millennials versus Gen X," you know, and inside I was super excited. It's like, yes, this is my wheelhouse.
That didn't mean anything came easy, though.
It was very hard. It was very real. I mean, there is no toilet paper, honestly. No toothpaste.
But Sunday survived.
I realized the social game was really what was the most important, and I feel like that was my strength.
And while you'll have to watch to see what happens, Sunday walked away thinking, yes, she can do anything.
I just feel like no matter how big the dream is, I feel like it doesn't hurt to try. And otherwise, I would have regretted it, I think, the rest of my life.
Survivor airs tonight on CBS. Sunday also says she went 7 weeks without talking or corresponding with her friends or family or watching any television. So Mike and Alex, she didn't even know that Prince died until she got home. But as you can imagine, the folks at Living Word, they're all behind her. They had a viewing party. There are T-shirts, so you could be on Team Sunday.
Team Sunday.
Note the hashtag Sunday School.
Sunday School.
So keep up with her adventure, and we wish her the best of luck.
Very appropriate. Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. Well, coming up, celebrating Halloween in Robbinsdale.
We will show you what kids can enjoy on Thursday. But first, Wayzata opens play in style in the state boys soccer tournament. Jay Wilcox is in next.
The state soccer tournament is here, so it's a good time to have your best game on, right?
That's right. No letdown at all for the Wayzata guys. Wayzata has a strong history in boys soccer, and the Trojans are playing in the state tournament for the 13th time. They had a very successful start to this year's tournament as they faced Owatonna in the rain. Matt Munchow gets it to Alex Bracken, and he hits this one perfectly, finding the top corner as the Trojans get on the board about 15.5 minutes into the contest. Another good goal here as Sadra Galzarian delivers a great pass, and McLean King deflects it off his body and in. Wayzata dominates the first half and takes a 2-0 lead into halftime. Any hope for Owatonna to rally goes away as King's pass toward Patrick Weah goes off the defender's foot and in. King gets credit for the goal, and it's 3-0 Trojans. Less than a minute later, Weah with a nice pass, and Stuart Sane blasts it home. Wayzata rolls to a 5-0 win to advance to the semifinals. So it's an all-late conference semifinals. Wayzata now meets Edina Monday morning at 10 o'clock at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The Trojans beat the Hornets twice during the regular season. After an 8-3 season last fall, the Park Center football team has found they're going tougher in 2016. The Pirates had their playoff opener in Section 5-5A as they played at Irondale. Second quarter still scoreless. Park Center's Ryan Schnobeck gets good pressure on Irondale quarterback Brendan White. The pass intercepted by Emmanuel Tamba. He runs it back to the 10-yard line. First play of the ensuing drive, and Malcolm Richards fights his way into the end zone. The ball comes loose, but it's ruled a touchdown for the Pirates. They lead 6-0 after a missed extra point. The Knights, though, take the lead early in the third quarter. White bobbles the snap, but gets control and goes 38 yards for the score, and it becomes 7-6 Irondale. Later in the third, White passes to DeAndre Clark, and he gets a huge block, sending Clark to the end zone for a 14-6 Knights lead. Irondale adds another on a nice throw and catch by White to Jacob Zweig for a 10-yard touchdown. The Knights end Park Center season with a 36-6 win. Most local football teams start play in the section playoffs Friday or Saturday, but in addition to Park Center, 3 other teams played Tuesday night. Brooklyn Center gets a win in Section 4-3A. The Centaurs beat Minneapolis Roosevelt 21-12. They'll now make the short trip to Minneapolis Patrick Henry Saturday afternoon for the semifinals. The news isn't as good for Breck. The Mustangs fall 39-17 to St. Paul Como. And West Lutheran picks a good time to win for the first time this season. The Warriors, the number 7 seed, upset number 2 seed Ogilvy 22-18 in the 9-man Section 2 quarterfinals. They'll play McRae in Maynard Saturday night in the semis. It's also playoff time in volleyball. Several local teams started section play on Tuesday night. Maple Grove at home to face Rogers in a first-round match in Section 5-3A. Rogers in black. The set goes to Malia Estubi, whose kill puts the Royals ahead 5-0. Later in the first set, the Crimson's Annika Peeler gets up to block the middle attack, and Maple Grove tries to come back. But the Royals hold the lead. Sam Orth and Coral Anderson will stuff the Crimson hit on the way to a 25-18 first set win for Rogers. It's a close one in set 2, but Amanda Bonsack delivers the ace serve to end the set. Rogers wins 25-23. They go up 2-0. But Maple Grove rallies, starting in set 3. Alyssa Peterson with the dig, Paige Hinsey the set, and Shea Matthews the kill. Maple Grove wins 25-16. They continue the comeback in the 4th set. Allison Hinsey with a back set to Madison Black for the kill. Maple Grove wins 25-18, sending the match to a 5th set. But Rogers leads right from the start, and on match point, the Royals get a block to win it in 5, 15-10 as the final. 10th seed Rogers now plays at number 2 seed Wayzata on Thursday. So quite a thriller there to start the playoffs.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot, Jay.
You're welcome.
And now to Local Vote 2016 as we wrap up a look at the candidates running for Brooklyn Park City Council.
There's an open seat in the West District after John Jordan resigned and moved out of the city earlier this year. Amy Hanson and Susan Paws survived the primary. Hanson worked on Brooklyn Park's Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Committee, and Paws describes herself as an author and publisher.
Hello, Brooklyn Park West District. I'm Amy Hanson, and I'm ready to serve as your next council member. I got involved as a volunteer in Brooklyn Park nearly 15 years ago as a Crime Watch captain. Since then, I have held various leadership roles in the community and founded the Brooklyn Park Beyond the Yellow Ribbon Network. As the current vice chair of the Planning Commission, I have had the opportunity to support vast economic growth here in our community, such as the redevelopment of the Anchor Block property here in the West District, and the Hy-Vee development, which has provided 700 jobs for our residents, including our youth. I can't help but feel proud of having a hand in shaping the success of development here in Brooklyn Park. I look forward to serving you and would be honored to have your vote on November 8th.
Hi, I'm Susan Pod, and I'm running for Brooklyn Park City Council in the West District. My husband and I for 9 years have chosen to put down our roots and raise our 4 children in Brooklyn Park because of all the wonderful people that live in this city. I'm committed to serving you on the City Council, listening to your concerns, finding solutions, and working hard to build a better future for all of us. For over 10 years, I volunteered in Brooklyn Park and across Minnesota on nonprofit boards, task force, and planning committees because I'm passionate about improving the lives of families. I'm asking for your vote on November 8th so that together we will have a say in the decisions that affects us. Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
Well, there will be extra foot traffic along West Broadway in Robbinsdale coming up on Thursday.
Yeah, it's a chance for kids under 12 to show off their Halloween costumes, win prizes, and pick up some discounts from merchants. These are pictures from last year. The idea is to bring along a non-perishable food item to give before you get. It all starts at 4 o'clock in Robbinsdale. Just look for the pumpkin displayed by participating businesses. Looks like fun. That'll do it for now. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
We will see you back here Thursday at 4 o'clock.